Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture Football.
And I'm Andrew Pollard from WhatCulture Football.
And we are here with your daily football news. Of course, if you want to listen to this when you're out and about as a podcast, all you'd have to do is search for WhatCulture Football wherever you get your podcast from. But great news, everyone. To start off today, we haven't got a story about Lionel Messi or the ongoing global bastard that we can't mention, otherwise this video would get demonetized. Although it is about Barcelona, so it's still kind of cheating. But what have you got for us, Andrew?
I'm not gonna mention Messi at all in this because it's all about Luis Suarez. Let's take a bite out of this story to start things off. Yeah, Luis Suarez, who is destined for the Camp Nou exit door, seemingly on a free transfer. Barcelona are happy for him to leave for nothing. And while Juventus have been the main pursuers of Luis Suarez, now there's a slight curve in the road, bro, that it could be Atletico Madrid where he ends up. Diego Simeone's come in for him, and Atletico Madrid are seemingly willing to offer a higher salary than Juventus, but Suarez is still seems to be a little bit more set on Juve for the sporting project. I guess get to play with Cristiano Ronaldo is something that, playing with Ronaldo and Messi is something that not many players can say, so take that one off the box. But yeah, ESPN reported this news at first that Atletico are in for Suarez. Of course, if he went to Atletico Madrid, that see him link up with Alvaro Morata, Diego Costa and João Felix in that front final third of the pitch. Although it seems that if Suarez does go to Atletico, there's also a story that Alvaro Morata might return to Juventus. So there's still lots to go There's still lots of nuances in the tail, but it seems to me that Suarez will probably end up at Juve, but Atletico are throwing a lot of cash at it because, of course, it will be a free transfer, so there's no transfer fee involved, so clubs can offer higher wages, a better contract, better bonuses, whatever, more money, basically.
We've spoken about this before, and I'm still genuinely shocked every time I think Barcelona just letting Luis Suarez go. Like, look at the teams who are after him, and
yep.
It's insanity, this, but I get it. Koeman wants to make his own project at Barcelona, so if that's the case, I'd love to see him at either of these clubs. Him with Ronaldo at Juve would be just a joy to behold. And talk about a bastards front two, Diego Costa and Luis Suarez.
With Diego Simeone managing.
My days.
I know.
Yeah, really interested to see what happens here. Because I know, obviously, it doesn't matter. You can always have more money, so that sometimes is a driving force. But genuinely intrigued to see what Luis Suarez picks here. If money is no object, which it really should be for most footballers, like, go and play for Atletico and you'd have to argue potentially with shambles that is Barcelona right now that they are probably second favourites for La Liga.
Right now it looks like that. Although it's this weird situation where Barca still have Messi, which kind of is that curveball, but a Messi that looks like he really wants out of this marriage still, and he's just like, God's sake, I'm stuck here. I've signed this prenup now, sort of thing.
It's in 9 months, Barca will be 10 points top of La Liga or something. But...
yeah, with Suarez as top goal scorer and Lionel Messi. This is a Luis Suarez who, he's 33 now. He's turning 34 in January, but he is Barcelona's third highest goal scorer ever. He's won 4 La Ligas with them, a Champions League, 4 Copa del Reys. I think 198 goals in 283 games for Barca. On top of that, there was 82 and 133 for Liverpool, 111 and 159 for Ajax. It's a player who still has goals in him, I would say. Just maybe not quite the running in the legs that is so synonymous with Luis Suarez, because time catches up to people, but still a very good signing for wherever he ends up, especially for nothing.
I don't think it's too hyperbolic. I realise I have a tendency to do this sort of thing. I think it's one of the most unpredictable seasons in like the top 3 leagues, or what I perceive to be the top 3 leagues in the world. Like, Serie A is wide open. La Liga is whoever can sort their team out, basically, or Atletico Madrid. I mean, and the Premier League, the greatest league in the world, I mean, there's a case to be made. It's not just Liverpool and Man City potentially this season. Really, really exciting. And the season starts on Saturday, for goodness sake.
Sure.
But looking back over last season, a quick update for you that the PFA Players Player of the Year 2020 has been announced. And sorry, Liverpool fans, it's not Jordan Henderson. Shock horror. It is, of course, Kevin De Bruyne. How is it anyone else being considered? Kevin De Bruyne is the best thing in the world right now. I just love him. And it's insane that Liverpool fans that thought that Henderson might stand a chance. Look, he did a great job captaining Liverpool to the Premier League title, but it's Kevin De Bruyne.
Yep. To me, it was there was no other option. I think he's one of my favourite footballers to watch. To me, I think he's the best midfielder in the world right now, and has been probably for the last 2 or 3 years when fit. I thought last season he was phenomenal. Just in terms of goals, in terms of assists, he brings so much to a team. To me, I can see why Liverpool fans are maybe a bit antsy. They're like, well, we won the league, blah, 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 blah. I remember Man United winning the treble, but David Ginola won the PFA Player of the Year, just because. But yeah, I think KDB, to me, is a very worthy winner of it. I was surprised there was such a kerfuffle over it when it came out. Of like, there's a bit of backlash to this. Really? Come on. Nah, mate.
No arguments from me. And I stumbled across a video the other day of all the Soccer Saturday lot. It was like the worst calls in football. And they were like, I'm not sure about Man City splashing out all this money on a Chelsea reject, Kevin De Bruyne.
Yep.
Yes, what a bad call that has turned out to be. But anyway, let's move on, Andrew.
Yes, speaking of the Premier League, and not the 1920 season, but the upcoming impending 2021 season. And for September, it's been announced that all 28 Premier League games will be broadcast live in the UK. Originally, there was an agreement in place where 17 games will be split between Sky Sports and BT Sport. And this latest development, there's going to be an extra 6 added to Sky Sports, an extra 3 added to BT Sport, and then 1 each for Amazon Prime Video and BBC. Me personally, I do like what BT does, but I absolutely love the coverage that Amazon Prime have been doing in the I think 3 or 4 times they've had games on. I think their coverage is fantastic. But yeah, there's lots of football, lots of Premier League football broadcast. Every single game is live, so we're probably going to end up in a similar situation to the post-lockdown end to the season, where there was games on every single night pretty much, and maybe that's how they go forward. And as a football fan, I'm very cool with that.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, people will roll their eyes about it being given to, Sky Sports, BT Sports, subscription services. It's the way the game is right now, unfortunately. At least we get one game free to air on the BBC, I suppose. And look, it's weird this, because you go, bloody more football on TV, but it's the only way we can view it, enjoy it right now. And I think this is the right thing to do. Say goodbye to your other half. From Saturday, basically, because it's just going to seemingly be non-stop football, which I'm certainly not complaining about in September. As we just keep repeating, though, mad. It feels like the season finished like a fortnight ago.
Yeah. Well, the fact that last night was the reveal of the PFA Player of the Season. Like, well, okay, so we're still in 1920 mode. Fantastic. I'm cool with that, because it feels like it was only a few days ago that season ended. But on the other side, it's like, well, I could do my fantasy team, because the next season starts in a matter of 3 days as we're recording this. It's the turnover is insane, and for the players, you look at it and think they've had maybe. For the top players who are internationals, they've had maybe a 2-week break. Before then, they've obviously been those top players who progressed in the Champions League and have been away with their national teams in the Nations League. Yeah, those sort of players maybe a 2-week break. But it's just the turnaround is it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. And then I think it's October the 4th, 5th, 6th that the National League gets underway, and we all know that's where the real football happens.
Come on, boys, this is our year. Yes, it's crazy that it's all coming back. I'm not going to feel too sorry for footballers not having much of a break. The money kind of compensates for that sort of thing. Yep. And if you're panicking about your fantasy football picks, myself and Andrew are going to be doing a video giving you advice. It's up to you if you want to take it in the next few days. But you mentioned the Nations League and the National League, but let's talk about the Nations League, because the National League is going to get a full amount of coverage on this channel if we have our way. But anyway, Nations League last night results. Before we get into some of that, some records being broken and some major achievements. Cristiano Ronaldo becoming the first European player to score 100 international goals. He scored a free kick against Sweden to do that last night in a game that finished 2-0 to Portugal. He is now just 9 goals behind Iranian Ali Day. I never know how to pronounce
Ali
it.
Dyer. That's what I always go with.
Well, he's got 109 goals, of course, for his country, so he's got his eyes on that record, no doubt. And Eduardo Camavinga, been practicing that one, made his debut for France last night, becoming the youngest player to make his debut for France since Maurice Gastiguet from February 1914 against Luxembourg. Camavinga, 17 years, 303 days he played as part of France's 4-2 victory over Croatia. Running you through some of the other results: Belgium thrashing Iceland, who scored first in that game. Belgium winning 5-1. Dull as you would expect, 0-0 between England and Denmark. Few chances. Brathwaite had a shot. Eriksson should have scored when the ball dropped him in the 6-yard box. And Harry Kane very nearly scored again late on for England, with the ball being cleared off the line after he took it around Kasper Schmeichel. Other results: Georgia 1, North Macedonia 1, Armenia 2, Estonia 0, Cyprus 0, Azerbaijan 1, Luxembourg 0, Montenegro 1. And in the big game from last night, San Marino 0, Liechtenstein 2.
It's that's the big one. That's the big one for me. Just to touch on Camavinga, whenever I've seen glimpses of him playing in Liga, and like the guy just looks insane for someone so young. There was a goal he scored a week ago, I think it was, where he just this run he goes on and just rifles. It's you can see why he's being touted with some of the biggest teams in world football. Very much seems like him and Ansu Fati, kind of that next generation waiting to happen of global superstars. What a prospect he looks like. But the England game, that is the one game that I did catch, and as a Welshman, I had a chuckle of just how dull it was. It was horrendous. I heard a stat on, I think it was 5 Live last night, where England had 2 shots on target, and
you had to wait till the 70th minute for our first shot on target, I believe.
That sounds about right. They had 2 shots on target, and in Denmark's last home game, Gibraltar had 3 shots on target. The mighty Gibraltar. So, the 2 Wales games, to be fair, were very, very dull, but we came away with 6 points. So I will happily take that. But yeah, it seemed grim, the England game, what I saw of it last night.
Not great. It was weird. I don't know why he didn't. When Grealish came on, he did seem to make some sort of difference and actually make some sort of forward-thinking attacking runs and stuff. I think it was just too many changes all at once.
I think as well, just seeing like the lineup. When I saw the lineup, I'm like, I know he's going for 3 at the back, but it just seemed like it was a team of holding midfielders and centre halves, and it's like I don't know where the creativity comes in this. I mean, it was good to see someone like Calvin Phillips get a debut and Connor Cody get a debut, and what I saw Connor Cody, he looked really good.
Nas came off the bench as well.
Yeah. So there's positives there, and there's been some debuts over these 2 games for England. But yeah, how Gareth Southgate lined up last night. I know these games they're slightly bigger than friendlies, but nothing that meaningful to people. So I can understand why he's trying new things and trying 3 at the back, which he's dabbled with before. But it just seemed weird, the lineup. It seemed far too many defensive-minded players in that side.
Yeah, I'm not going to criticise it too much, because I think if there's ever a time to sort of try out new things and test out players and give players these experiences, it's right now. We're a year away for a tournament, and we're going to have lots more games. It's going to be very interesting to see how we line up, for example, in the Belgium game.
Next game's against Wales in October. That's going to be an interesting one to see.
I'm not going to criticise him too much, because I think this is the right thing to do right now. Just test out things in the scenarios that are slightly more challenging than friendlies, for example. And then I'm not going to have a go again because he's coming home. So never mind. Congratulations though to Cristiano Ronaldo. Incredible record. And I've realised why I stumbled on the record breaker, because my brain wants me to say Ali Dia, who's not the person who scored 109 goals for his country. He's the one who is George Weah's relative, of course.
Yes, the Southampton glimpse came on in one game, convinced Graham Souness that he was George Weah's cousin, and got hooked after about 10 minutes because he looked like he'd never seen a football in his life. So,
I love that story.
Yeah, what a lad. Yeah, what a lad.
Let us know your thoughts on all of that and all of today's news stories in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And subscribe to What Culture Football, wherever you get your podcasts from, for daily football podcasts when you are out and about. We're going to be finishing up over the next few days our Premier League season preview, of course. And if you want to know what else we're going to be doing, make sure you follow us on Twitter at WhatCultureFC and send us some suggestions, what content you'd like to see from us here at What Culture Football. We would love to try some new stuff that you guys want to see. Continue the conversation on Twitter at WhatCultureFC and watch there. Follow both of us. You can follow Andrew Pollard at
Cultured Left Peg.
And you can follow me at Adam Wilmore. Follow us all at WhatCultureFC, as I said. But this has been today's football news. Thanks, Andrew Pollard. Thank you for joining us. We will see you soon.